AM radio, dreaming, listen close, take flight. Let's populate the bands, we're calling all night. From coast to coast with my antenna high, calling CQ guys up in the sky. Down under vibes, watch the waves collide. VK3AMP here, it's a ham ready to ride. More rumpus, ready to boast, burning up the air, just like toast. I'm the captain of the ship, make sure you know. Keep calling CQ, that's how we flow. CQ, CQ, let the signal flow. Populating HF, let the world know. From 10 meters to 80, we're keeping it tight. CQ is the call, yeah, we're lit tonight. Got my buddies across the globe, reaching out through the ether. We're making this shout, ham radio fam, ain't no doubt. Keep the bands alive, let's twist and sprout. Got laughs and stories, we're spinning the wheel. Doing it with style, flipping dials and real. Every contact's gold, I'm chasing the thrill. Sipping on soda, got time to kill. CQ, CQ, let the signal flow. Populating HF, let the world know. From 10 meters to 80, we're keeping it tight. CQ is the call, yeah, we're lit tonight. So here's the mission, staying in sync when it comes to the bangs. We'll never blink, shout out to the friends wherever they roam. In this ham world we got a home, stacking up contacts, making it right. All the noise fading under the moonlight. Keep the mic hot, don't ever slow. One big worldwide ham radio show. CQ, CQ, let the signal flow. Populating it.
Okay, that might be a bit better. Changed a couple of things around. We'll have a look and see how the band's going to perform today. As most of you probably already know, that what's happening here. As most of you probably know, we've had a big, some big solar flares, some big activity over about 24 to 30 hours ago, and band's just starting to come back now. So we've got a couple of signals on the band. Just heard Peter there from the UK. That's him there in the background. We'll have a look and see if we can make contact with Pete. Good evening, everyone. I hope it's dry where you are. I think we copped a bit more rain here today. And so we've been battling with that. We had a job on this morning. We had to go out to Ebenezer and do a quote on some work that's coming up. So hopefully we'll win that. We've got a couple of jobs that we've just quoted on, a couple of big ones coming up that we hope to be successful in getting those. So we'll see how we go. Thanks for joining those who are here, and we'll see if we can make some contacts. All right, let's get cracking, hey? Testing 1 2 1 2. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? So just turn the power down. SORBR looks good. We'll just crank our power up. We want to do about 400 watts. That's where are we? 9 watts, just under. And there we go. So 10 watts into the amp gives us 400 out. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use?
Thanks for being there. It's a great place to run into you and have a good 26 as well. VK4GJP, Golf 2 Yankee Tango. Okay, thanks very much indeed, Jess. Thanks for that. I'm going to QSY to 240 and put a few more calls out. Very, very busy part of the band here. Very noisy. Bye-bye.
VK2 Lima Queen.
I'm going to go to 240 Lima Queen, okay?
All right, Pete, we'll see you up there.
Is this frequency clear? Golf 2 Yankee Tango. Yes, I do. Stand by 1 second for Echo Tango. VK2LQ. Paul, are you there?
Yeah, g'day, Pete. G'day, mate. How you going? Good to hear you in there, mate. G2YT VK2LQ.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, not a bad signal considering the terrible propagation. And 4ETT just told me as well, and the same frequency obviously heard me in QSO with Jeff on that on 218. It's actually fairly noisy here too. There seems to be splatter across the whole of the band. Someone's misbehaving. Anyway, nice to run into you again. I know we have spoken before, but only a couple of times. And I took a note that last time you and I spoke, Paul, it was also, I put a note, bad propagation and aurora on 6th of November last year. So I'll put it back to you, and then I'll call 4 Echo Tango. 5 and 4 with me, Paul. VK2LQ, Golf 2 Yankee Tango.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks, Pete. Golf 2 Yankee Tango. Yeah, thanks for the 5 and 4. I'm actually surprised there's much propagation. You're anywhere from a 5 and 4 to a 5 and 9 on the peaks. A lot of QS Baker, but that's probably to be expected, mate, with the way conditions are. But very nice to hear you in there, mate. I heard you up there. I think it was originally on 220, then you dropped down to 218, and just doing another live stream. I don't know if we were back then, but we thought we'd jump on, have a bit of a live stream, see if the conditions are coming back on, mate. But all right, I'll bid you farewell, my friend, and good to catch up in 2026, and I hope the year started off well for you. We'll let you go and work a few more, but yeah, peak at a 5 and 9 when conditions are there, but a bit of QS Baker. I suppose it was a very, very big solar flare. It absolutely wiped out the bands. Big red blobs right across North and South Pole, mate. Absolutely killed everything. All right, buddy, 73 is all the best. Take care, and I look forward to catching you down the coax again real soon. Golf 2 Yankee Tango from Victor King to London Queen.
VK2LQ with 4ETT on the side, G2YT. Okay, interesting to hear you're doing a live stream. And yeah, propagation. I did make a contact with VK yesterday, but it was just really to try and prove a point. Couldn't rag to or anything. It was really hard going, and I gave up trying after that. All right, Paul. Thanks for being there, and very nice to run into you again. I'm sure we'll speak soon. Thanks for the report. I heard up and down all over the place. VK2LQ Golf 2 Yankee Tango 73, Paul.
Good on you, mate. Looks like the band's starting to open up a bit. Could be a fun evening. 73s, cheers for now.
Okay, 73. And I think there's VK4.
Hey, g'day, Andy. How you going, mate? I hope everything's going well for you. G'day, Paul. I think we've got a couple others in there. MW, Tango Echo, Whiskey Juliet. Very good, probably morning for you. It's around 8:08 in the evening. And we thought we'd jump on. We've had a very big solar flare about 30 hours ago, and it absolutely killed the bands. And as Pete was just saying, he managed to make a contact, which was surprising, into VK. I had a listen last night, and the band was just, it was virtually non-existent. But we could see a few stations there, so I thought we'd jump on, have a bit of a play, and see how we're going. Kilo 6, Yankee Lima, good evening to you. Very nice to hear on the stream. or see you on the stream. I don't know if propagation's open. Probably not. K6 probably somewhere in the US maybe. Let's have a look. Okay, we can bring that up here. Kilo 6. What was it? Yankee Lima. Oh, Kimberley. G'day, Kimberley. Where are you located in? The USA. I wasn't too far off it. Nice to hear. Yeah, 40 metres. I'm not really set up for 40 at the moment. Oh, well, look, I am, but with the way propagation is, probably wouldn't. Probably still a little bit early. I don't know if you can come down. I don't know if you got the capabilities to come down to 20. I'm pretty much all tuned up on 20 at the moment. Southern California. Yeah, nice. Well, we're in, I don't know if you know Sydney at all, but we're here in a suburb called Emu Plains, which is about 65 kilometres west of Sydney on the east coast, in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, which is, yeah, probably around, 35, 40 miles from the CBD on the east coast. So nice to, hope your stream's going well. And I hope you're doing well. I hope 2026 has been a good start. How'd you find the solar flare? How much did it affect you guys over in the US? It us being fairly isolated here sort of kills everything. Even a lot of the local stuff was gone as well. So it'd be interesting to see how it fared over there for you guys. All right, we'll spin up the band and we'll have a look. We might even have a look a bit later. We might come down to 40 and see how we go. All right, we'll have a spin around the bands and see how we go.
But anyway, thanks for coming up and saying hello to everybody there, John, Noel, and hopefully we'll catch you again in the near future. So 73's from the group, and good DX, my friend. And
yeah, it certainly did here. It really killed stuff here, that's for sure.
Happy New Year for 2026 there, John, Noel, back to you.
Fox 6 America, Radio Charlie. Fox 6 America, Radio Charlie calling. Looking for DS anywhere and standing by. Good. Good morning, Rob. How you doing? Good morning.
I probably should start wearing glasses. I'm getting that age, but I don't want to admit my age, so I try not to put them on. So if I do struggle to get back to you, I'm probably having a little bit. I've got a laptop just down here. Whoop, where are we? Just down here, down that way. That's better. And I'm trying to read there as well as that screen as well. I'm going to put another big screen up so I can see it more, but this is we haven't been doing too many. Probably, I don't know, I think we're hitting 10 or 11 live streams. So how does the screen look? I've sort of changed things around a bit. I don't know if it's for the good or bad. Is it too cluttered? Do we need to drop some off? That's the front of the radio. It's about, I think that's a 21-inch screen there. For those who haven't been here, that's me VKAMP. And obviously that's my head there. So it'd be interesting to see how it looks. From what I only see a small snapshot of it here. Doesn't look too bad, but I mean, you guys are the judges, so I probably need to just drop that frame down a little bit. Might just can we do that now without breaking anything? There we go. Just lock that, lock that. You wouldn't believe it. The other night I was having a play setting this stuff up and I absolutely lost everything. I wiped everything. Yeah, I understand there's no shame in it. It's just admitting that you're getting old. It only feels like yesterday I was 18. I keep getting in trouble off the XYL saying that I got to start acting my age, but I don't feel I should. Yeah, I use Station Master Pro version 3 for all my logging. Sounds like you might be familiar with it. And it's good to it's good. I love it. You know, it's a little bit probably a little bit dear with the conversion rate, around $5.50 Australian. I think it's around $2 US. And yeah, you got everything you want located in here. All your DX, link to QRZ, maps. I think it's great. And all your volcaps and your PODA, reverse beacon, the holy cluster so we can see who's on, if we're being reported, if we want to dig into it. I like this feature ham clock as we put the call sign in here. It'll populate here and give us the path. So it's good. So John, loud here on 245. Oh, thanks, mate. On 245. Oh, okay. I'll go up and have a look, Paul. Thanks, mate. I probably should. I thought I might just have a bit of a chat with you guys, and instead of just pushing the radio all the time, and just get to know some people. And here we go. All right, we'll go.
Mexico 0 radio, Denmark X-ray calling CQ. CQDX. Mike 0 radio, Delta X-ray. Mexico 0 radio DX calling.
Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec VK2LQ.
VK2LQ, good morning, good morning. Hope all is well with you. 57 to 59, Paul, at the moment. Man's still a little bit up and down, but lovely to hear you, mate. Over.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks very much, John. Good to hear you out there, mate. Yeah, I've got you around 5.5 to 5.8. So I am quite surprised considering, I was just saying to Peter, one of your colleagues over there in the UK a short time ago, I was surprised just how well the UK is coming in, considering the band's only just slowly starting to recover. We had virtually nothing up to about 45 minutes ago, and it's good to see you guys cranking in here. So you're pushing a good signal as well, mate, nice and strong, and I hope things are doing well, mate. Back to you.
Yeah, not too bad. The antenna's not very high at the moment. We've got these terrible winds in the UK, mate. It's disastrous, really. No 80-meter antenna up because the tower's down. 40 doesn't enjoy where it is, and 20's a bit dire, really. Antenna's only at about 40 feet, so it's not very clever. Either way, we shall soldier on, Paul. Over.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'd love to have mine up at 40 feet. Mine's probably up about 15 feet, mate, thereabouts. I really need to push it up another 5 metres, and we hope to get there. I keep saying I'm going to get there. I've really got to start getting my fingers out and doing something. So we're starting to get a bit busy now that Christmas is starting to really wind down, and we're starting to push further into 2026. And it's good to get you in for the first time for this year, mate. So happy 2026. I hope it started well. We want to get a rooftop tower, mate, probably 4.5 metres, and we'll mount that up on the peak of the roof, and then probably push a 6-metre pole up the middle. I want to build a monoband 2-element for 40 and put this OB-7 OptiBeam replica up underneath it, mate. So that should be interesting. We just need to find the time and get the extra finances to order that. So we hope to have that done maybe in the next 4 weeks. And we'll get it up a bit higher, mate. And it'd be great to see how well this antenna performs. M0RDX to Lee McQueen returning.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a lot of fun on 40 with 2 elements. I know I do, it's great. It's a different bird. I'm trying to, I'm just trying to get the timing right when to take the KT-36 down. Probably not this year, possibly the beginning of next year. And then I'm going to put another element on the 40-meter beam and put the 80-meter rotary dipole up, and then I'll have a few years playing on 80 and being a bit more of a pest on 40, and we'll go from there. But I'm hoping to get the other little tower planted in the ground in the next 6 weeks or so. I've been saying this forever, I know, but you know, life happens to get in the way. We had a bit of a disaster last week. The front suspension snapped on the van, so I ended up spending 16 hours in Wales on top of a bit of a mountain, waiting to get recovered there. So all the spare cash that I got to blow on radio treats has had to go on recovery, because obviously I didn't have any insurance for it. So recovery and then getting the thing repaired, it's coming at I don't know, about 700 or 800 pounds. So that was going to pay for this other rig. So the rig's here, and unfortunately my mate will have to wait to get paid for it. But there we go. He's all right with it, and he's okay. He's got plenty of money, Paul, over.
It's always nice to have money, mate. I hope it wasn't cold, but usually that's the way, isn't it? You want to get out and do something, and something always goes wrong. I seem to find that, mate. I have a win, start to really push forward and look forward to something, and then something goes wrong. And lately, it always seems the Mrs. BM. So, but hopefully, we're almost there with that. We bought it a couple of years ago now, so I'm expecting a couple of things to go wrong with it. We didn't buy it new, but I guess they're not for Australian conditions. But look, if you keep on top of the maintenance, like with any vehicle, or your radios or your antennas, mate, it's going to work well. So, your 80-meter rotatable dipole, John, is that a full size, mate, or is that a coiled version, mate? That'd be interesting to hear, because that's a pretty big antenna. What's that? 40 meters tip to tip, mate, back.
It's 94 feet. I built it myself, and instead of putting coils on it, I've linear loaded it. However, there's a nice chap in Belgium who's made some fantastic coils, and I've sent him a message on about has he got the plans for them. I could probably scale them up off his pictures, if I'm honest with you. But it would be nice to get the dimensions of them, and I could make those quite easily. But his antenna's fairly short, you know. This is the thing. I mean, it'd still probably be 85% efficient, I should think. But I would hope mine would be a bit more. It's 94 feet. Tip to tip, and that's obviously.
G'day everyone, just joining the stream. Just having a chat here with John, M0RDX, located in the UK.
It's just like a big, it's just dead easy. There's no problems with it, and where the linear loading is.
Thanks for watching. If you could click on that subscribe, the like button and notification bell, it really helps us to get our content.
So the tube passes through it. That's got a lug on the top to support, that's where the support goes, for the overhead support. And then there's another one, there's like a bracing part on the linear loading, stop it flapping about, because you don't want that moving, because it's going to start affecting the SWR, isn't it? Well, I can imagine. So there's another little brace there, and that's got another support that it can be attached to the overhead guy. So it should be quite a robust thing, really,
Yeah, QSL, mate, QSL. So, sorry, I might have missed a bit there. Are you running a wire, or is it, or the linear load is that aluminium that's folded back on itself? It'd be interesting just to confirm that. I heard you saying it was clipped up there, mate. So, are you running wire through the tube and then folding that back on itself to linear load it, or have you got a bend in aluminium tubing? Because I'm assuming. I think you said it's about 95 feet. So what's that, around 42.5 feet each side, mate? Would that be correct? M0 RDX, 2 Lima Queen, returning to you, mate.
It's 47 footed away anyhow for 46 feet. No, 47, 46, 94, 46. It says. I'll tell you what, if you ping me an email across me, go on the QRZ, send me an email, I'll take you some pictures, because the linear loading element sections are actually built. You're leaning against one of the sheds outside. So I'll send you some pictures of them if you want, over.
Oh, absolutely, mate. When I finish, if I haven't told you, John, I am live streaming at the moment, so we're here on YouTube. But yeah, when we're finished, mate, definitely I'll send you an email through QRZ, and yeah, it'd be interesting to have a look because I'd like to try and make some loading coils. To try and, when I do my mono for 40, I want to try and see if I can drop it down by about 3 metres on each element, taking it from around a 10 metre section down to about a total width of 7. So I want to try and keep the director around 7 metres and bring the director in at around 6.8, 6.3 metres, somewhere around about there. So I'll have a play. If not, I've done some antenna modelling on a 3.5 metre boom, full size, with around 6 to 8 dBi again. So that would be good. It'd be a lot better than the cobweb. It'll give me a bit more direction, although the cobweb I use on 40 works absolutely fantastic. So I'd be interesting to see how a 2-element array monoband full size on 40 works. Because with the antenna running now, it's an OTIBEAM 7+3, or it's actually a replica. I mean, another hammer getting made, and we're bringing them into the country. And this has 2 elements on 20 full size with around 11 dBi again. So it certainly works quite well at about 4.5 metres off the deck. So it'd be nice to see how it is at around 9 metres. All right, John, I might leave it there, let you work a few more, and we'll see if we can pull in a couple more. We'll hunt up and down the band, mate, see if we can get a few more contacts for the people on the live stream there and see how we go. But nice to catch up with you, and I will drop you that email, mate. I'll throw it back to you for a final. I'll say 73s, my friend. Beers and cheers. And I hope it's not too cold over there in the UK. It should be our summer here, but geez, we had some nice cracking mid to high 40s. And averaging around some 35s as well. But the last few days we had nothing but rain. But look, beggars can't be choosers. And then to top it off, Mother Nature had to throw in a big solar flare. All right, mate, M0 RDX 73s there, John. Beers and cheers from Vk3AMP Lima, Quebec.
OT4 Alpha, go and have a look on his QRZ. And, wear some forward protection because his coils are very nice. OT4 Alpha, go and have a look. He's, if I was going to swap this linear loading out for coils, I think that'd be the way to go. And your 40 metre 2 elements, 16 foot boom minimum, 20 foot if you can get away with it. I'm telling you, it'll pay dividends. Righto, look forward to getting that email, and then I'll get you these pictures done. VK2LQ M0 RDX. Catch you later, Paul.
Yeah, sorry, John. If you could just give me that call sign again, I'll just jot it down in my notes.
Okay, Oscar Tango 4 Alpha, Ocean Tango 4 America. Over.
QSL, mate, I got that. I'll go and have a look at that, buddy. Thanks very much. You take care until next time. Stay safe.
Catch you later, mate. 73.
73s, beers and cheers.
CQD.
Unpleasant, in fact.
Discussions with urologists about possible treatment for.
Yeah, a lot of QRM. Sorry, I just got caught up a bit there. MW1EWJ. let's have a look. EWJ. G'day, Edwin. Nice to put a name to the call sign. That's if this information's correct. A lot of noise, hey? Well, I'm surprised that here in VK, well, I've got to admit, the noise is very, very low here. I am running, what are we running here? Oh, look at that. Digital noise reduction's at 4. Usually I run it around 10. But we could bring it up there, it'd be really quieten it down. These 101, I run a 101 MP, and these things are just fantastic with a noise reduction. You got dual VC tune on each A and B VFO, and then the digital noise reduction plus all the other filtering we got on these things is just fantastic. But considering the bands have only started to recover about 3 hours ago, really. The noise here is just, it's amazing. There's hardly any here. Usually when we've had a solar flare, I'll see around S7, maybe S9 noise, just atmospheric noise, not local noise, but that's very rare. You can see we're sitting on about an S2, maybe peaking a 3. And that's with preamp 1 on, so I could probably even go to preamp 2. It brings the noise up to about a 6, but really no need to drive it that high. A lot of the times I just run it with the IPO, no preamp. And if you're not familiar with the 101s, they're to get a standard, to give a standard signal report, you need to have preamp 1 on, which is equivalent to say a 991A or an ICOM 7300, matches the signal level. But I guess these are sort of detuned, if you like, in IPO mode, which drops, I think, about 10 dB, which really, really helps drive the noise out. Oh, good on you. Thanks, thanks, Edward. That's good to see. That's correct, mate. Fantastic. So there's Pete. We're talking to Pete a little bit earlier. So it's funny how, like, not many other stations from Europe are coming in, but the UK, I guess it's coming to the time where stations with big antennas and some big power are going to push out. And that's where I hope and will get some a power upgrade from 400 watts up to a kilowatt and come up to an even playing field with the rest of the world. That might be Rob VK7 RB. No, not too sure. But yeah, look, the bands haven't really hung around much tonight. But we got a couple of calls in there anyway. So many of you guys out there run 20 metres. Can you do 20 metres? Are you licensed for 20 metres? Set up for 20 metres? What frequencies do you guys mainly operate on? I love working DX. And when conditions are good, I like playing on 40. I like to see if I can push me 5 watts, and I usually make some good copies on the cobweb into the US a bit later in the evening, around about 11, 12 o'clock at night. Seems to be good. We do struggle. I like to try and use the minimum power I can use here is 5 watts. I could put an attenuator on and drive that down even further. But I like to see how well I can get out when, mind you, when conditions are good, just on limited power. But it's pretty good when you can, get into Spain and Russia on 5 watts. Especially the UK. I think the best I've done on 5 watts into the UK is a 5 and 9. And that was using a 4-band cobweb that I have that's down at the moment. The one I've got up now is a 7-band. It's got 40 metres on it, so it's about 4 metres square. Gives me about 6 dB a gain at 6 metres off the ground, and about 4 metres clear of any obstructions. So that works quite well. I'm 40, only need to do about 40 watts, and I can get into the plus 10s to plus 30s around Australia. So I'm very happy with that. So we'll keep going, and so that was, I think that was Pete. So look at that, the band's dropped off a bit. That's Paul. I think Paul's in Spain. Very, very strong station. Usually he's always 20 over here. But I guess that's going to be to the solar flare. See if we can... Yeah, it's just peaking a 9, but usually he's 20 over. Power station. Paul, I think he moved from the UK over to Spain, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. Nice guy to talk to. But just as quick as it comes, old Mother Nature takes it away just as quick. Ed's it still quite noisy over your part of the world, mate? Has it died down a bit? Has it got any better? Is that normal or is that abnormal? Is that due to the reminiscent, the tail end of the solar flare? Why it's so noisy over there? Yeah, it looks like Paul might be the only one left on the band. There it is. I knew it was going to come soon. Over the horizon radar, that was that big wide thing you just seen on the scope there. What antenna do you normally use at the QDH? Is it a vertical or what sort of antenna do you normally have set up? There's that over the horizon radar. That can be a bit of a pain. S3 is pretty good. What radio are you running? What sort of radio and antenna, Edward? What sort of setup do you have there? If you've got a setup, let us know what it is. Be interesting to see what other people in other parts of the world are using. Yeah, good. 101 MP, yeah. Yeah. Fantastic radio. Yeah, cobweb. The cobweb is, the way I describe it is, let me just turn this down in my ears. The cobweb, if you're not familiar with the cobweb, the way I describe the hex beam, if you turn it on its back, like when it's erected in the air, looks like a dead spider. And the cobweb antenna, if you're not familiar with it, I call that the web that spider lives on. So that's what it looks like, flat like a web, where the hex beam bends up at the ends. So it's like a spider dead on its back. That's how I explain it to people, and they seem to get the drift. So I don't know if that's a bit of an imagination, but people sort of get the picture. They picture a cobweb up in the air, and then the hex beam is just a spider on its back. So, but they both work as well. The difference is, I think the hex beam's probably 2-element directional, where a cobweb is fixed. It has a little bit of direction, but I probably should just tone that down a bit. How's the audio? I just seen that sort of peak a bit then. Probably got a bit excited. But the cobweb is a fantastic antenna because it's roughly around 6 dB a gain, and it's horizontally and vertically polarized. So it'll transmit flat like a Yagi, and also in the same pattern as a vertical. So you got the best of both worlds. Someone's talking to you on a beam, it'll pull them in just as good as someone talking on a vertical. It'll also pull them in very well. That's the dual polarization of those antennas. That's probably why it works so well. Let me close that door. But we'll have a flick around. We'll see if we can get a couple more. And there you go, like wow, that's a big signal. Wow, 30 over out of New Zealand. Cracking signal. I guess we're probably pointing straight down his throat. We're about 125 degrees straight down across the top of the North Island of New Zealand. Over.
I do with her, you know, if she wants something, and she sort of looks at the money and says, oh, you know, it's X amount of dollars. I just go, well, go and get it. If you want it, go and get it.
All right, we'll put out a couple of calls and see if we can get some replies. The frequency in use is the frequency in use VK2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ is the frequency in use. CQ on 40, CQ on 20, let me get that right. CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ 20. VK2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ beaming on the long path into Europe. On the long path, calling CQ20, CQ20. CQDX, CQ on 20, VK2 Lima, Quebec, calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Queen, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, calling CQ 20 metres and listening. CQ20, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ 20. VK2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, calling CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. The frequency in use is the frequency in use, VK2LQ. The frequency in use is the frequency in use, VK2 Lima, Quebec. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ20, CQ on 20, CQ20. VK2 Lima, Quebec, calling CQ. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we go. We've got preamp 2 on. We've got that nasty over horizon radar running there. So as you can see, the signals are quite low.
More room, I say, we'll fill the pool in and build a shed over the top of it there, back to you. He wants some room, sell some stuff, that's the easy way.
G'day to those who are still watching, thanks for stopping by. And if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be fantastic. I really appreciate it. It helps us get our content out there, so thank you. I think that's John still having a chat there. But it's good to see that we got a couple of contacts, and as I said, very surprised with the UK and the reports that we gave and the reports that we got, considering the way the bands have been. We're just facing up through America at the moment. Just going to bring it back down south through New Zealand and just see what's around. Over the horizon radar again. Yeah, well, it's getting very slim pickings. Over here, we've got very narrow windows, being so isolated. We really like to take advantage of the conditions when they're there. In the evening here, we go long path into Europe. Early morning, if conditions are good, it's short path. So where we're going long path, say into the UK, is around 17,000 kilometres. Where if we go short path, you're probably looking at probably 7,000 or 8,000 kilometres. We end up going this way. around. Let's find where we are. So that's where we are here. To give you an idea where we are on a map, just here is the foot of the Blue Mountains, which heads up to Katoomba, those who know Katoomba. This is Penrith, a pretty well-known football club, anyone that follows the NRL. And we're about 65 kilometres west of Sydney on the east coast. So that's pretty much where we're located. So everything out of here. That's showing short path, but we actually went this way to the UK, down through the bottom, through New Zealand, which is located here. Normally we go probably just off the centre of New Zealand via the long path. That's how we communicate at this time of the evening, this way. So we have to do the hard yards to make those contacts. So if that's saying 17,000 via the short path, you could almost probably double that to go the long way around the world.
Anyway, it's not that bad. No, parts of New Zealand, they're being flooded out of houses and homes. Slips, serious ones, dangerous ones. In some parts of New Zealand, that's very much life as usual, or especially this time of the year, more this time of the year. Anyway, not here. I live on the top of a hill here, and there's not much in the way of rivers in Wellington Peninsula. They're fairly small and keep a short distance of the sea. Further north, it's a different story. Anyway, it's 24 degrees in the shack. We had a fairly warm day, wet in the morning, and the sun came out in the afternoon. Tomorrow evening it gets cold again. The weather here varies a lot. One day it can be warm or even hot by our standards, and the next day the temperature can drop. Anyway, that's later tomorrow. HL4CAF, Fidel 2TTS. Over.
Okay, Zulu Lima 2 Tango Tango Sugar. This is Hotel Lima 4 Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. Okay, thanks. Thank you for your...
Hotel Lima, so I think he's Japan.
Some years ago, I think it was...
I think it was 6, was it? Maybe Korea. There you go.
Christmas season and early January.
So it's good.
North Island and South Island together with my family.
But getting very slim pickings. Maybe one day we'll have to do one on 40. Maybe a bit later in the night, maybe when I've had half a dozen cups of coffee, I might sit up and see if we can work the US on 40 metres on 5 watts. I've got a little Xiegu 6100 over there. Does 5 watts on its internal battery and 10 watts on an external power source. And I like getting on that and see what contacts I can make with that. I'm looking at getting a cable or making a cable to interface that with the VK-AMP. And with 5 watts, I'll probably get about 200, around 200, 250 out. So that'd be interesting, using the Xiegu with an amp. I know it'd be interesting for me, but I'm sure it's been done before. I'm sure I wouldn't be the first one. Got a couple of videos coming up soon. I usually, if you haven't checked out the channel, in the early parts I was doing some antenna builds got a couple more I've got planned in the next month or so. As you've heard me say, I'm going to do a full-size 2-element monoband for 40 that I want to put up on a rooftop tower. I'll probably, once I get the rooftop tower, I'll probably do a video on erecting that, because that comes in a flat pack. And so I'll assemble that on the roof and then climb up that tower with a harness and that, and finish it off, and then look at moving me beams. Now I've got 2 beams to choose from. I'm using a replica of an OTIBEAM OB-7-3. It's 7 elements. It has 2, and they're full-size elements, so it's not compromised by any traps or coils. It's got 2 elements on 20 metres, 2 elements on 15, and 3 on 10. We are looking at getting one done with 3 elements on 20, 3 on 15, and 4 or 5 elements on 10, which would be nice. It's probably about, this one is around 4.2 metres long. So I'd expect the boom to be about 6 metres, maybe 6.2 metres long on that one. When it's done, we hope to maybe in a couple of months look at seeing if we can get that one done. And I do have we've got a great antenna builder here, Mark from Ted Emtron. We do have one of his TE53s. It's a 5-element tri-bander. It's trapped. 5-element tri-bander on a 8.5 metre boom with 5 elements on 20, 15 and 10. But that's a pretty big antenna. I done a boom support, some guide wires when I had that up before. I had it up roughly in the same location this antenna is, but instead of getting around the 12 dB again like I am now, I'm probably only getting around 3 dB. So when I do the rooftop tower, I really need to look at, one, am I going to put the 5-element tri-bander up? If I do, I've spoken to Mark. I want to change 2 of the elements and put 30 and I think 30 and 12 on there. So, but the boom goes out to about 10 metres. So I'd probably have to put 2 supports. Either side, 2 cable supports to support the boom. So that's something I'm looking at, or I might just stick around with this. Or if we bring the 3-element 11 metre OptiBeam, or our version of the OptiBeam, the copy, I might even put that up, because that'll give me around 13 dB again as well, 12 to 13. So only about a dB, maybe 2 dB more than what I'm getting now. But the benefit is it'll be more directional, so that'll be very interesting to see how that goes. All right, guys, I think I don't think we're going to see much more improvement on the band. I think we're just listening to the same stations that we've already. Stations that are already on. So on that note, we might say 73s to all. Thanks for stopping by, and we might we'll see how conditions are. It's a bit wet. I think it started raining here again tonight as well. Hoping to get back up in around the 40-degree days, but the daughter's got about 2 weeks left, I think, before she goes back to school. So I'd love to take her camping for a couple of nights before that happens. We'll try and fit that in. Thanks, Andy. You take care too, mate, and we'll hope to catch you again soon, buddy. Take care, and 73s until next time. But thanks everyone for stopping by. We got to play a little bit. Made a couple of contacts into the UK, so that was good. And got to have a bit of a chat with a couple of you guys. Don't be shy if you're going to drop in. Put a few words in the comment, especially where you're from, where you're watching from. If you're a ham radio operator, if you're looking to get into ham radio, what sort of equipment you might be running. And most importantly, if conditions are good, try and make a contact. You can always see what frequency we're on the radio monitor there. But until next time, guys, stay safe, be good. And just remember, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. It helps to get the content out there and get us noticed. And just have some fun playing radio. Until next time, cheers for now. Stay safe and be good.
Yo, mic check 1 2. Yeah, we going in. Ham radio's live. Let's crank up the tower. Down under in VK land, where the sun burns bright. Cranking up the radio, feeling good tonight. Hit the frequency CQs, ringing round the globe from north to south. Yeah, relaxing my chair, squeezing the mic, lighting up the air. Woo, Poda's my game, I'm portable in the park. Climbing down on some peaks, let's make a mark. Calling out the DX, stacking up my logs, running through the bands, calling CQ. So whether QRP or QRO, calling CQ. Whether you're new to the bands, you're not alone. Hams all around the world, but welcome at home. Join the vibe, let's open that door. Flick the switch, CQ, CQ, I'm calling for the DX. From VK to around the globe, burning up the airwaves, logging contact. Can't say hi, feel so great, this is Ham Radio Live. Oh, that's the deal, CQ to the east, calling CQ to the west. With the spirit of the season, we're feeling blessed. Merry Christmas to all, together on the airwaves. Ham Radio the best, putting our equipment to the test.
Working station near and far, happy new
73's on.